When the whole market goes red, have you ever felt that crushing, heart-pounding sensation? Even the most seasoned investor can be taken aback by this feeling. The world we work in is quite unpredictable, and the change between now and yesterday is as noticeable as the difference between night and day. The orchestration of panic selling yesterday was like something out of a crypto nightmare. Anyone keeping tabs on the charts minute by minute could practically feel the anxiety building up. Quite unpleasant. Having said that, I did say before that I would have expected to see a strong green candle rise from the ashes. This very moment, we are witnessing exact scenario. However, this marks the very start. In the following 24 hours, the true narrative will be crafted, laying the groundwork for what is ahead in the weeks to come. Seeing opportunity where others perceive fear and decoding intricate patterns concealed in plain sight are necessary to unlock the secrets of these unpredictable market fluctuations. If you could learn that talent and apply it to your own financial journey, wouldn't that be amazing? This is the ultimate millionaire's investment guide, and I want to expose you to it before we go into the charts that are influencing our future. This is more than simply a bunch of generic Excel files or a plain old PDF. Condensed into this potent step-by-step approach is the result of my personal, hands-on research and extensive investing expertise, spanning over a decade. Its purpose is to show you how to anticipate huge possibilities and seize them before they become popular. Below this description, you will find a link that you can click if you are ready to discover the tactics that can define a generation of money. A strong indicator is when there is widespread fear. I decided to go against the grain and take a chance. It was yesterday's terrible red plunge that I decided to move in and start buying. What exactly did you do? Is it a goner? What about sales? Alternatively, did you cling on for dear life? There is no single correct response, but the way you choose to invest says a lot about you. An ageless saying from Warren Buffett sums up the current state of affairs quite well. You should be afraid of those who are greedy, and you should be greedy when people are afraid of you. Among the most significant pieces of investment advice ever offered is contained in a single line. A lot of bad things happen when people buy something based on nothing but enthusiasm and euphoria. However, throughout history, the most successful people have been those who are willing to buy into fear and take action, even when everything seems to be going wrong. This approach is taught in renowned works like Benjamin Graham's The Intelligent Investor, which teaches you the unbreakable fundamentals. You can dominate the market like no one else when you mix those enduring fundamentals with astute technical analysis. Let's take a closer look at the strategy's real-time performance. The weather is nice today. Following yesterday's catastrophic loss of value for the portfolio, this is a wonderful sight. However, the bounce back has been strong and rapid. This particular account has increased by about $150,000 since I began revealing it publicly for those who have been following along. However, that is not the whole story. With my other two accounts, I am closing up on another $100,000 in gains. All things considered, the last 9 weeks' worth of live documentation adds up to an astounding $250,000 in profit. I think it's important to be completely forthright about everything, including the good, the bad, and the heartbreaking choices that were made. I went for it. Yesterday, I acted on my anxiety by increasing my Ethereum stake, and it seems like my calculated risk is paying off almost immediately. Because of the nature of these enormous crypto swings, I am still technically short on Ethereum overall, even though it has recently bounced. A $31,000 drawdown is par for the course after making hundreds of thousands on Ethereum early this year. We were all anticipating a historic September, a massive rally to end the quarter. It never occurred. Instead, a significantly later than anticipated slump occurred in the middle of the month. The fundamentals of investing, however, have not changed. The portfolio is currently displaying a lovely shade of green. Our day-to-date gain is approximately $17,000. Ethereum, nevertheless, is racing ahead of the other three main participants. I've predicted for some time that Ethereum will be the most volatile of the four crypto horses in terms of price movements. It's the high beta version, and it's been winning big today. Then, let's examine its chart up close. While everyone else was selling during the storm, I told you yesterday where I bought. I pulled the trigger as the moths swooped out of the wallet. I had previously made it plain that this is the line we must maintain if we are to bounce, and my charts had already shown a crucial support level. Indeed, that is precisely what transpired. After a brief dip, the price expertly kissed the support line before launching higher on the strength of a large green candle that re-established a price above $4,000. But the threat is still very much there. There is one crucial line that every Ethereum watcher must have on their chart. There is a particular pale yellow stripe that has been an extremely effective obstacle. An immediate and resolute closure above that line, followed by a confirmation candle, is absolutely necessary. When that happens, we'll be able to launch a strong recovery that should aim for the 50-period moving average and beyond. Rejection here, as we've seen earlier today, along with the formation of a red candle tomorrow, would indicate that the bears retain control. The $3,800 level could be tested again if we get rejected. This upcoming weekend is crucial. Our answer will be available by Monday's end. Either we will have succeeded in surmounting that last obstacle, or we will be returning to the depths of despair. Switching gears to XRP, we see that it, too, is exhibiting an intriguing pattern among the four horsemen. According to the data, there is significant underlying support at the price level that has been tested 3 times and held, forming a powerful technical formation known as a triple bottom. Here we found a test, and here we found another, and now we've finished the third. Now here's the catch. Getting back up to the overhead resistance is the immediate goal. The amount of resistance is falling. This indicates that the pressure is building to a critical point where a huge explosion is likely to occur. We are on the verge of a huge transition. We would prefer it if the break occurred to the north, which would be a benefit. Nevertheless, 2.57 is probably the next stop if the support at about 2.74 loses out and we confirm a closing below it. If that doesn't work, a terrifying decline to the $2.20 area awaits. The best-case scenario is that good news catalysts, such as SEC developments and possible spot ETFs, will materialize soon. Nevertheless, relying on luck alone is not a practical approach. The charts need our attention. Despite suffering a crushing defeat last week, Solana is making a respectable recovery. Returning to the $208 level that represents the 50-period exponential moving average is the primary goal at hand. There is a striking simplicity to the picture that the chart is presenting. For the time being, one figure is more important than any other. Solana is doomed if it closes each trading day below $193. In my opinion, a confirmation candle is unnecessary. If we conclude the day below $193, it will be a strong indication that we are about to move lower, maybe dropping 5 to 10% soon. To protect themselves, the bulls have that last line of defense. The market is aware that this level is crucial. Do not take this as a forecast. This is a significant inflection point observation on the chart. When it comes to Solana's destiny, the next 3 days are crucial. Holding this line and starting to rise back into safety territory is what we need to see. Lastly, we will examine Bitcoin, the ruler, which is giving us some trouble. A rather weak bounce has followed yesterday's big plunge. It's puzzling that there hasn't been much of an uptick in activity when contrasted with the others. The graph is unfiltered. Somewhere there is a line of unbreakable support. We'll refer to it as $1,084. A severe decline is expected to occur if the daily candle closes below that level. How low is it? At a loss of around $3,000 per zone, The next significant area of support I perceive is at or near the $105,000 level. Bitcoin must establish a double bottom, maintain its current level of support, and then start to rise again. It's about time the monarch showed some courage, but his current lack of speech is concerning. Every investor is holding their breath to see what the company does next. The patterns that can be seen in these charts, the crucial support levels, the resistance struggles, and the moments of truth, serve as a strong reminder that great opportunities are frequently concealed in seemingly chaotic situations, just waiting to be discovered by someone well-informed. When it comes to your money, the same rule applies. You can't sit on your hands and wait for the next huge market upheaval to happen. Now is the moment to seize the reins, study up on the tactics, and create the future you truly deserve. Click the link in the description below to grab a copy of The Ultimate Millionaire's Investment Guide. If you've ever believed achieving your financial goals was out of the question, this is your ticket to a reality you never imagined. Ultimately, this market volatility is about far more than pie charts and statistics. It's a fundamental lesson in the psychology of human behavior. Panic and patience are at odds with each other in this conflict. One of the most valuable skills an investor can have is the ability to keep their cool under pressure. With only 72 hours to go, the question remains, which force will emerge victorious? Even more crucially, where will you take a stand? This was transcribed using turboscribe.ai. Remove this message by subscribing to Unlimited.